It is a fantastic book. Everyone in my club loved it. What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Erin, and this is Erin On Demand, a place for entrepreneurs and content creators looking to build your brand, business, and impact. And today, we got a good one, y'all. We are talking about a book that honestly transformed everything for me in terms of the way that I think about marketing, look at marketing, and pretty much how I run the marketing for Erin On Demand. And I have read quite a few books. I haven't always been a reader, honestly. Like, reading, even when I was younger, was something that was very challenging for me. And even as an adult, I've gotten a lot better at reading, but I still wouldn't consider myself just like this bookworm. But I do like to read things that are relevant to me, that are engaging, that are fun to read. And I have a pretty good variety of books that I enjoy. But today I wanted to share this particular book with you guys because it has had such a huge impact on my life and my marketing strategy, and it has, honestly, it's incredible. So the way that I even stumbled upon this book, I'd been hearing about it for quite a while, and my eBrand club, we always have a book that we are reading for them. Like, we usually take more than 1 month to read a book, but we usually always have a book that everyone in the club who wants to read it is able to read, and we have discussions about the books. So this book was voted on by the club, and it is called Building a Story Brand. It is by Donald Miller, and it says, building a story brand, clarify your message so your customers will listen. Use the 7 elements of great storytelling to grow your business. So the book really is about how to use storytelling to grow your brand and business. And if you guys have been following me for any amount of time, you know that storytelling is, honestly, I always tell you guys, it is the backbone of marketing. I mean, marketing really isn't anything without telling stories. So in this video, I'm going to share with you guys some of the biggest takeaways that I've had from this book. They are huge marketing principles that I think that you guys will also find very helpful and be able to implement into your own business. The first biggest takeaway that I had was when he says, pretty websites don't sell things, words sell things. And I could not agree with this more. I have been on so many websites that are extremely well designed, and I still have no clue exactly what the person does, what the offer is, where to click to actually purchase or book them for something, how to find a course or the products on their website. Or on the flip side, I've seen some websites that aren't the most, you know, you can tell they haven't spent thousands of dollars on getting it professionally designed, but the messaging is so on point that it just lures you in. So that is one of the first things that Donald Miller kind of gets right off the jump, is that do not invest so much money and so much time in the web design before investing a lot of time in your messaging. And this is really the most important thing of your website, because you want your website to tell a story. You don't want it to just look pretty. And he also goes into saying that a lot of web designers don't know how to achieve the storytelling formula that a lot of websites need in order to be successful. Are they able to make it look great? Yes, but you have to take responsibility of knowing the messaging that you are portraying, and your audience should have a clear understanding of the story you're taking them through with your website. So the second key takeaway is your messaging simple, relevant, and repeatable? Basically, when you confuse, you lose. And a lot of people are we try to cram so much into our messaging that it gets convoluted and it gets just wordy, and you're using big words and you're trying to find the right way to encompass all of these different things. But really, at the end of the day, when you get straight to the point, you have a subject and a verb. If that's your tagline, it's a little sentence. Or if you just tell us directly what you do on your website, that is a great way for you to keep things very simple. Relevant, making it relevant to the person who is reading. So instead of boasting about your own self or your own company or how you whatever, talk about it in relevance to the person who is reading it. And always keep that person at the top of mind when it comes to the messaging. And then the third thing is repeatable. Some of the best brands, I think, have very repeatable taglines or phrases, or if you even like not big brands, but even smaller brands who have just great one-liners that you know exactly what it is that they do, you can repeat it to someone else. So if someone says, "What does Mike do?" "Oh, he's a videographer who helps small businesses." Just something that's very simple to understand and relevant and repeatable. All right, so the third point is a good one. It is what we think we say to customers versus what they actually hear are two separate things. And that is why it's so important to have clarity in your messaging so that those two things are the same. And a good way that I think you can test this out is just asking your audience, like, what do you think that I do? Or what are some things that you would use to describe me? Or is my website easy to understand? Or from my social media, what are 3 words you would use to describe it? Because we may be thinking we're evoking a certain message and that this is, we're doing the thing. And from an audience's perspective, they're not receiving it in the same way. Now, of course, different variables are going to play into the reception of certain messaging depending on someone's upbringing or their current lifestyle or, how relevant it is to them. But you do want to ask your audience these questions so that there is no gap in between what you're saying versus what they're receiving. The fourth key takeaway is that people don't buy the best products. They buy the products that they can understand the fastest. And this just spoke so much to me because it's not about how good it is, which there's a place for that. There's a place for quality, and I think that things should be quality. But people are more likely to purchase things that they have a clearer understanding on because you really don't know if something is the best until you have it. So, for example, say you are looking for a digital picture frame at the store. And you want something to display all of your pictures, so you don't have a whole bunch of frames, but you want one frame that just rotates all the pictures, right? So you're going down the digital picture frame aisle, and there's one package that has the frame. It's this gorgeous frame. On the back it says, "Beautiful deluxe 7-frame picture frame to upload all of your family favorites." And then there's another one that says, "Electronic picture frame, upload in 5 minutes." Then on the back it says, "Step 1, remove frame from packaging. Step 2, put all of your pictures on a USB drive. Step 3, plug both devices into your computer and drag and drop the files onto the picture frame. Step 4, done." All right, so basically, one, it looks beautiful, but it has all this wordiness, deluxe picture frame, HD, blah, blah, blah. And then the other one, upload 100 pictures in 5 minutes, digital picture frame with a 4-part step on how to do it on the back. The simpler one is more likely going to get people to grab it just because they have an idea that, okay, I can do this. It's easy to understand. It still looks nice. It serves the purpose. And honestly, I don't want to be messing around with buying this gorgeous one, but I don't know how to use it. The more information you can give people up front that is simplified, it's going to make it a lot easier for them to convert into customers. The next key takeaway is to position your customer as the hero and yourself as the guide. This allows you to become a very trusted resource for them. You don't want to make it seem like your brand is the hero, because at the end of the day, a lot of people want to come to their own conclusions on their own. But when they need resources or they need direction in that area, they're able to trust you and keep coming back for your guidance. But your customer is always the winner, and this plays a big role also in customer service. Just keeping in mind that your customer is the hero or the winner or whatever it is you want to call them, but knowing that you are simply there to guide them along the way, encouraging them throughout the process. So if you have a health business and your website says #1 certified fitness instructor in Miami, instead of one that says we help you achieve your optimal health, and then maybe confidence, fitness, and nutrition. This side is catered more toward making the customer feel as though they are the hero right from the jump. Now, with the #1 certified training coach in Miami, that's a great selling point, but it may not need to be right in your header or the boldest text that is a focal point, because at the end of the day, people want to achieve their results and they want to be the heroes of their lives. And you are helping them reach a point that they know they want to get to. So this messaging, telling people you're going to help them get to their optimal health versus we're the #1 certified trainer in this city, you know, there's a difference. And honestly, this person may be the #1 Miami health coach, but it's about shaping your message in a way that's relevant to the person who's on the other side of the screen. The next point is one that I could see where he was going with it, but I actually disagree in some sense. So this is the very first sentence of the book. And when I first read it, it kind of jarred me a little bit, because I'm like, uh-oh, I hope I'm actually going to get something out of this book, because I am very much so the person who says use your story in your business. I think your story is a great way to market your business. And this is what the first sentence says. This is not a book about telling your company's story. A book like that would be a waste of time. Customers don't generally care about your story. They care about their own. Now, I agree with that. I agree that people are always self-motivated and they're looking for ways to advance themselves. But what I will say is, your story can be a qualifier for you in order to latch people into your business. So, for example, if you started a business for women to wear swim caps, and you told a story of, you know, I tried 70 different swim caps for me and my daughter, and our hair still seemed to always get wet. I tried wrapping it in saran wrap. I tried putting cotton around under the swim cap. I tried doing double swim caps. I tried everything possible, and our hair was still getting damaged from the chlorine, from this and that. And so I took it into my own hands, and these are the steps that I took, and this is now the product that I came up with that is bulletproof. You can wear this in the water and you're going to achieve, you know, you're not going to have a drop of water in your hair, whatever. Okay, but that person's story of having experimented with all of these different swim caps, and you know, those are connecting points for people who feel like, I know I've tried everything too. I don't know why I can't find something that works. So using your story as it is relevant to your audience or relevant to your business is very important. No, this person doesn't need to say, I went to you know, whatever university and studied business, and you know, I graduated summa cum laude from that school and I moved on to work in corporate America and blah 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 blah. That is not relevant, and that part of your story does not matter to the audience. They are simply looking for how to thrive and survive. So as it is relevant to your audience, use that aspect of your story to qualify you to be able to serve them better. I would highly recommend Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. It is a fantastic book. Everyone in my club loved it, and it has helped me switch some wording around on my website, on all of my social platforms. Honestly, I've kind of just tightened up my marketing with using the storytelling tips he gives and just some of the ways to clarify my messaging from this book. So I definitely would recommend it. I'm going to leave a link down below in the description box. And if you guys are interested in me sharing more of the books that I'm reading and giving a breakdown, just kind of like a synopsis of some key takeaways, because these are really strong marketing tips that are in this book. And I realized that, you know, maybe you're like how I was, that you don't really feel like you have a lot of time to read, but you still want to get the information. I'll be more than happy to share with you guys some more books that I enjoyed and got a lot of insight from. So I will leave this in the description below. Let me know what you are reading. If you're reading anything interesting, it doesn't have to be about business or entrepreneurship, just anything. Like, I like a lot of different types of books. So I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.